everybody! This is a different kind of video than what y'all usually watch. I've been thinking about doing this video for a good bit of time, and I am finally going ahead and doing it. So feel free to sit with me and grab your hot chocolate. And this episode series is going to be called Working Through the Feels, and as the title suggests, that's what we're going to be doing in these episodes. I wanted to do this for a couple of reasons. One being that I feel like some people don't know me as well as they think they do, and that's nobody's fault but my own, honestly. For those of y'all who don't know, I have anxiety, and I recently got diagnosed with complex PTSD, which stems from my childhood. Man, this is kind of hard to talk about. So it's hard for me to open up and be vulnerable just because I was shut down so much as a kid. And also, like, another thing is too is just like I'm scared to be judged and everything. I don't as much care as like what y'all think. It's mostly like my family and what they think, just because like their opinion and everything means a lot to me. And also they are people who don't really talk about these kinds of things, and so it doesn't feel like something that I should be talking about. But deep down, this is something that I want to talk about, and I'm trying to heal from everything that went on in my past and trying to learn to let go of it and everything and move forward. I felt like making these videos could help some people in some kind of way. I also feel like alone a lot of the time because I don't feel like I know there's probably multiple people going through these things, like the same things I am, but the people around me don't share the same things that I go through, you know? So I wanted to create, I can't even think of the word. From these videos, I wanted to create a space where maybe people could relate and maybe feel like understood, because a lot of the times growing up and even then now I feel misunderstood a lot of times because I also have ADHD. I was diagnosed at 18, so pretty late, but growing up, like, I've always felt different, not just because of ADHD, like there's more reasons, and which we'll go on into later, but I've always felt different. So yeah, let's get on to the video. Sorry for the lighting change, guys, but yeah, let's get on with the video. I don't really know where I want to start. Maybe with the cptsd thing. So going into that, I'm so glad that I discovered what that was, but I honestly didn't know that was a thing. I just thought it was like PTSD, but PTSD is different from cptsd, because PTSD, I think, and like, this is just from the top of my head. I've like looked this up, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But PTSD is like one event that's happened in your life, and you get like flashbacks and all that stuff. And then complex PTSD is exactly how it sounds. It's multiple events that you have gone through in your life. So for me, there's multiple different, I hate using this word, but multiple different triggers that I experience recently, and it sucks. Like, staying aside and stuff is the easiest thing for me to do, and just kind of being by myself, just because when I'm out, like, that triggers my anxiety, and also just different things from my childhood also will make me anxious. For example, like shopping in stores. My mom, when we would shop in the stores, she would get angry at people. Maybe if they even weren't doing anything, like, she would still get upset or just be paranoid that they were talking about her, etc. Disclaimer, this is not to hate on my mom or anything. I just want to be open about what happened. So I think now, like, if I were to go shopping, those, like, the way I feel when I go shopping is like, oh, these people are upset at me. Like, I feel like my mom's projected feelings when, like, she would get upset. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are feeling like how my mom felt. Like, she's angry at me. Like, these people are all angry at me. I just always feel like people are angry at me, or like I'm getting in the way, like all those kinds of things. So that's just an example. In times that I've been getting flashbacks and of like, and it's not so much like, oh, I'm seeing like virtual reality, like I'm actually seeing like my whole environment changes visually. It's more of like flashbacks of the feelings, and like it feels like that person is here with me and they're saying these things, but they're actually not here. And that sounds kind of crazy. Like, okay, of course they're not, like, I don't physically see the person. They're not like whispering these things. Like, I'm not hearing anything. It's just feelings that I feel. So I don't like hear them saying this or that, but it's just like, oh my gosh. Like, because back then it's like I got to the point where I was predicting to protect myself, like, oh, they're gonna say this if I do this, so I wouldn't get in trouble or something like that. But I've been working through on learning to kind of just calm down, be like, I'm safe, like I'm okay, like they're not here anymore. But it's really difficult, and it sucks because it's like I don't live with those people anymore. I don't live with my mom, I don't live with my dad, but it still feels like I do sometimes, you know? And I just live with my boyfriend. My boyfriend doesn't do anything. It's just like it sucks because it's like I have the freedom. I have a very safe space to be myself, to just be. But because of what happened to me when I was a kid, like all those things are coming back now. I don't know why. Like they're not just coming back now. They've always been here, but just not having the distraction of school, like I've been able to see that they're here more, which sucks. But like at some point I have to work through it anyways. It just sucks, like, you know, finally being in this space that I've always wanted to be in, like a space that's safe and to feel safe. And I'm finally at that point, and I still don't feel like that. Like, it still feels like my mom and dad are here sometimes. Whether it's like with cleaning, or I'm talking to my boyfriend, or something like that, it feels like they're here. Like, judging me, criticizing me, yelling at me for something. It's just all those things. And that's what it feels like. It's like my boyfriend could say something, but my brain kind of connects like something that happened in the past, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is what's gonna happen. That's not what's happening at all, like in the present, you know? So that's what sucks about it, because it's like a lot of the time I'm scared. I grew up a lot of the time scared. Like with my mom, her emotions were unpredictable. Like one moment she would be happy, one minute she'd be sad. Like I'd say something and I wouldn't think like, oh, this would make her mad at all, and it ended up doing that anyways. So I got to the point where, like, honestly, like I learned to kind of just be like, okay, maybe not say this. Like I felt like I was supposed to control my mom's feelings. You know, I had to watch what I said. Basically, I had to walk on eggshells for my mom. That's just how it was. My mom got diagnosed with BPD later on, which is borderline personality disorder, which put a lot of the pieces together. But growing up, I did not know that, and neither did she. So that's kind of like what I went through. I know I probably didn't explain too much. That's kind of what happens whenever I have like a flashback. Now, about my anxiety, I don't know what's been going on recently, but like the past week was good, but I honestly think it was because like I was at home a lot of the time, and if I wasn't at home, I was at work, so I didn't go out too much. On Saturday was a crazy day at work. They put me on board. Board at work is like where you make the food and stuff. It's super fast paced and everything like that. Like, oh my god, it is so overwhelming. And it's just been, oh my gosh, it stresses me out so much. It makes me so anxious. It's been like when I did board that day though, my body was in fight or flight mode like the whole day. And by the time I got home, I was just drained. Because like I just feel like I have to keep up. It's like I have to be very focused, and I just get put in fight or flight mode because like I don't know. For some reason my body thinks it's like in battle or something, and it's like we gotta knock out all this stuff. But I literally had to talk to myself when I got home, and I was like, it's not that serious. And sometimes you just have to say
It's not that serious.
because it isn't. Like I'm just making burgers. But at the same time, it's easier said than done to be like, it's not that serious. And I was just so stressed, but I got to the point like when I got home, I was like, I'm done being this stressed. I'm done being this anxious. Like I can't do this to my body anymore. And that's what gave me the idea for this video. Like I want to work through this. For the subscribers I do have, I just want to create a space of just putting myself out there, being vulnerable, because like I said, I'm, you know, trying to heal myself, but also I just maybe want to create a space of people who feel understood. I don't want to continue being so scared. Majority of the time, I'm scared. What of? I don't really know. You know, whether that be at work where I'm scared to talk to customers because or scared to make eye contact. I'm just scared. And I used to not care when I was growing up. Like I got to the point where I'm like, I don't care. Like I don't care what people think about me. I'm gonna say what I want. I'm gonna say it how I want to because it makes me happy. But I got to the point where like I don't know when it started, but I just like started caring too much. And even in school where I was surrounded by people like all the time, I don't know if it's just because I was like surrounded by friends and stuff, like I felt like safer, but like when I'm out by myself, that's when I feel like the most vulnerable. Like I don't feel as protected, I think. So I think that's why. Even at work, sometimes there's times where I don't mind talking to the customers, but a lot of the time I feel uncomfortable. I just feel like customers are unpredictable because they're people I don't know. So I feel scared. I'm like, how are they gonna react to this? How are they gonna react to that? And like I'm even at the point where like I don't really smile because I'm like, if I'm too friendly, then they're gonna want to talk to me, and then I gotta talk, and I don't want to talk because like, what if I say something stupid or something like that? And it's just like there's so many what ifs and so many like, but I'm like, I don't want to care anymore. Like I don't want to be scared because that's not who I am. Like maybe I don't know, maybe I've changed, I don't know. And I know it's probably not good to like hold on to the past, but like I miss who I used to be where I just did not care. Like that's who I miss. And I know it's not good to probably hold on to like your past stuff because we grow and change, but I'm changing into somebody like I don't want to be. Like I said, I feel like I was shut down a lot. Oh, don't say that. Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Why are you talking so much? Why are you doing this? It's just like, because that's who I am. I'm doing this dance because I want to. I'm talking this much because I want to. I'm talking this way because I want to. And it's just like, I don't understand why I had to be criticized for just being me. So what? I want to talk this way. So what? I want to do this. So I want to do that. So what? I want to give my voice and my opinion in this conversation, even though I'm not part of the conversation. Who cares? You know? And I do that at work now. I'll be like listening and eavesdropping and I'll interrupt. I'm like, it shows like how much it really doesn't matter. But I was told all these things growing up, and it sucks that you're told something growing up because it's so hard to reverse now. You have to put a lot of work and be like, okay, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to think these things. I want to be carefree. I want to just be able to walk around and just be me. If I want to say have a good day, then have a good day. It's just like, I want to be like that. I want to be like, oh, have a good day, talk to people, talk to random strangers.
That kind of sounds bad.
I'll just be like, oh my gosh, like have a conversation, a nice conversation with a random stranger for no reason at all, and like the line at the shopping store. Like I want to be able to do that. I feel so like judged, like I'm judging myself or just being like, no, don't do that. Like they don't care what you have to say, blah blah blah. I see people doing that, I'm like, I wish I could do that because yeah, I don't know. I just like socializing and stuff. But I've gotten to a point where I feel like I've just started to isolate myself a little bit. I don't know. I wish I was the person that didn't care as much anymore. I just hate feeling like so scared all the time. Like whether I'm hanging out with people I really feel comfortable with, it just sucks. Even though my mom and dad like aren't around me all the time now, like I just feel like I'm still being shut down when I want to say something sometimes or interject, or just feel scared that I'm gonna get in trouble. I got in trouble like a lot as a kid, like meaning like, oh, and it was sometimes for stuff I'm like, why am I in trouble for this? There is some stuff that I did get in trouble for that I'm like, okay, I need to get in trouble. I feel just so anxious all the time. And I don't like that. Like I don't want to be anxious anymore. I don't want to be scared. I don't want it. I don't want it. I just want to be calm and stuff. And there was a period of time in my life where I was meditating on all that stuff, and that was like the most calm I ever felt. And I was like working on being present and mindful and all that. I'm like having so much trouble getting back into that, and I don't know why. And I'm like, oh, maybe if I try to read a book so I can get into that mentality, I don't know. But at the same time, I kind of forgot like the goal of meditation. Like it's just to, I don't even remember, but like I want to get back to some form of that in my life where I felt calm. Like the goal is to feel calm and less stressed and less anxious. That is how I want to feel, because that's when I felt my best. I felt like I had a lot of energy, and I feel like I was accepting myself more. I was putting more time into myself and brushing my teeth every day, washing my face every day, like everything like that. Yeah, that there was a point in my life where I was calm and I was practicing gratitude and all those things, and I love that part of my life because, like I said, I was energized, I was present. It got me out of like dissociation, because I feel like a lot of time I'm like, I'm here but I'm not here, if that makes sense. About being present, practicing being present and grounded, like really helped me be like, okay, I'm here right now. The past doesn't matter, it's in the past, leave it there. Like we're here now. And I'm having trouble getting back into that, and I want to work on that and like try to get into meditating again, or just something like mindful. Just because, like I said, I'm so done with feeling so stressed all the time. I just want to feel calm, and I don't want to feel scared. Like I know I have to work through what happened in the past, but I also like I want to work through it but not let it control my life anymore, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I want to say today. I don't really know if this is gonna connect with a lot of people. I hope it does, and I hope that those of you out there can maybe feel understood by the next episodes that come in the future. I know like this is basically just an introduction video, and I kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I switch topics a lot, but that's okay. Like we're just here to talk and work through the feels. But I just kind of wanted again to give y'all an introduction to the series. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet, just so that you can see the future videos that I upload to the series. Bye!